So I am going to talk about the Indus Valley civilization. From the morning, many of the speakers has talked about that Indus Valley civilization. I will also try to justify some of the points which I know about it. Indus Valley civilization is evolved around about 3500 BC to 2500 BC. It is around the vast areas you can free from the Malkan Valley in the west to Meerut in the east and to the Kashmir in the north to the Tapti Valley in the south. So it is, you can say about Germany, Italy and France together, how many acres? It would be like the same Indus Valley civilization. It is about 1.3 million square kilometers. And many of them are 1000 Harappans. It can be also termed as a Harappan civilization or even the Indus Saraswati civilization. As Sir told in the morning, the Saraswati is only the place the river is going on. It is nowhere mentioned about that river Saraswati. Saraswati in Sanskrit word, it is termed as the river. So it is apt to say as the Indus Valley civilization. So we will get to know about the historical background of the Harappan research. The first phase is before the independence, that is from the 1921 to 24 phase. It was being dominated by D.R. Sahani and R.D. Mukherjee. They founded the many excavations near Ambala in Punjab and Gagar Hakra Valley in Gujarat. The most important publication is that they get to know about the Indus Valley civilization, and it was published by John Marshall. Then they realized that this civilization, which was deeply rooted in the soil, because it was found out only during that time, they get to know that it is par with the Mesopotamia and Egyptian civilization. It can be also called as the Bronze Age, but the thing is that it is slightly different from the Mesopotamia and Egyptian civilization in all the ways. And the junior marshals of the Archaeological Survey of India, he told that it is more than the Vedic history. This Indus Valley civilization is the oldest civilization. The second phase is from 1947 to 63. This time the excavation was in larger portions, like they did it in Kalibangan, Lothal and Ropar in Haryana. Excavation were carried out in Godij in Sindh also. This excavation gave the idea about the background of the civilization, because this civilization, it is about 5000 BC years ago. Then also they were very far advanced compared to our modern days. They have the very well drainage system and the grid system, and all the streets were laid on from north to south in the grid system, and their houses were very built in the red bricks and the burnt bricks, and they had more 1 or 2 stories. So it is compared to that, they had an excellent architectural skill during that time also. This background was found out during that time. The third phase is 1964 to 84. This time, many of the scholars has got into the effect, like D.P. Agarwal. He brought out the radiocarbon dates of the Harappan civilization, and they also found some substratum in the Gagar system in the Rajasthan. They found that it is pre-connected with the pre-Harappan stage. The long distance relationship between the Mesopotamia and Sumerian relationship also they came to know about from these excavations. The fourth phase is that they also found some excavation in Dolsera. It was done by the American Pakistan in the Harappa. One of the most important result of the civilization is that there is a continuity between earlier and mature civilization. They also got to know about that Harappan and Mohenjo-daro know about the use of gold and all the ornaments, and they also discovered some jewelries and goldsmith presence also they came to know from these excavations. The Indus Valley civilization, we can accept it is a very large and integral part of the civilization. They were in the earlier days, they were boasting about the Mesopotamia and Egyptian civilization. It was one of the wonderful civilization. But in par with that, Indus Valley civilization was found, and they had a very effective communication skill, and they were very well in all the languages. Now, it was found that all the scripts which was found, it was seemed to be in the Dravidian languages. So fifth phase is the final phase, that is they invented through the NASA, that is called the Saraswati River project. There they have excavated in a place called Baror and Tarkamadu in Rajasthan and Jungaon in Gujarat and Baror in Haryana districts. So this is about the background of the excavation which was carried on in Harappa and Mohenjo-daro. The features of the Indus Valley civilization, as we all well know, they are very cultured and civilization. Their dressing sense was good, and they have covered the lower part of the body and covered the upper with like a towels. And most of them, know about that. It was divided into 3 parts, the section, upper class, middle class and the lower class. And the town was divided into 2, upper was called citadel and the lower town only other peoples live like middle class and lower middle class. In upper town, mostly the higher class people lived in that, and they know about they gave importance to the female in the sense they worshipped the mother goddess. And it is said that they did not have any caste system, but they worshipped the nature. So they know the use of the bronze. Bronze is something which can be made from the iron and the copper. From that we get to know that they were trading with the other countries like Mesopotamia and Egyptian to get the iron and copper from them. From that they made tins and other things from the bronze. And they also knew about the textile impressions was there, and the brick structures was very built, and they had it proved that even the mason artery was there. Bean making, they know, which we can see some of the from the excavations in the Chandoro and Lothal, and they also know about that to make the seal. But the seal, it was very small in size. It is about 2 centimeter only in the size. It can be said that they used as for the identification or from some trading purpose. The seals were used, and the ornaments used also they came to know, because we can see some of the statues wearing the bracelets, necklace, and even the dancing girls, which you can often see in our textbook. She is used to wear all the ornaments. The potteries are mostly, it is painted with the black or red material, and it is decorated with some of the images. And up above you can see the Pashupati, that is Shiva is worshipped in the form of the bull. As a political aspect, you can see there was no single king as it was there in other civilization. It was that merchant, they were ruling their clans. Each and every clans had their some rulers, so you cannot feel one single king as such. So economical aspect, they had a trade relationship with the other countries because their civilization was very near the river. One of the purposes is that they did not have the well-built road, so most of the civilization will be near the bank of the river, like we can see Mesopotamia or Egypt. It was in the Nile River, Mesopotamia and Euphrates and Tigris. Likewise, Indus Valley civilization was in the bank of the river Indus. One of the reasons is that because they depend on the agriculture and they did not have the well-built road, and because of that they were able to trade with other countries also very easily. So it could be said that even the agriculture system, they were very versed and very far compared to our modern technology. They had know about the crop rotations methods, and they know about the use of rice, bajra, and because you know about the famous granary, because of the agriculture method, they have improvised and even stored in that granaries. So Indus Valley civilization, though they are doing the trade, they did not have the metal money. Instead of that, they used the barter system. Barter system is that they exchange the goods or some other materials, as you all know. So they used to do that, but they did not have the metal coin as such. So finally, I can say that though they know the long distance trade and they know all the town planning, drainage system was very good and fantastic, and they have the manholes, even the roads were built with the burnt bricks. All this technology during that time, that is 5,000 years ago, is something innovative. But we can see some of the languages found in the script in the Indus Valley, that is Harappa and Mohenjo-daro, it coincides with the Brahmi script which we found in the Keeladi excavation. So it can be said that more than Indus Valley civilization, Keeladi civilization is older than that, because as the Tamilians, they are very adventurous, used to travel very far away. So wherever they go, they trade with them. Like we can see some of the names in the Afghanistan, like Korkai, Pandyan, Cheran. This all is the witness that though Indus Valley civilization is older civilization, equivalently more than that, Keeladi civilization is one of the most oldest civilization, which we can feel very proud about it. These are the seals which we have often seen in our textbooks, and we have gone through. So you can see that some of the inscriptions which have the buffalo, tiger, rhinoceros, so they know it tells that they know about the domestication of the animals. In Mohenjo-daro, you can see the cylindrical seals which have been found depicting the trade relations. So they have the uniform measures and weights because they know the trading. It is not that simply they trade through the barter systems. They use the weights and the measures. They know even about the animal husbandry. We can see the evidence of it in the place called Sur Kotada, which is the otherwise from the Indus Valley civilization. So religious aspect, as beginning itself I have told, they did not have a special caste system or a particular caste system, but they do worship. They worshipped almost the nature in the form of tree, river, or whatever it is. Mostly they worship Shiva or Pashupati figure. Even in the mother goddess they worship. So for physical exercise as well as they perform religious rites. Some of them even tell that the great bath which is found in Mohenjo-daro, it is not only for taking the bath. We can see even the religious inscriptions there. It might be they are performing the religious sacrifices also. So it is such no evidence is there about it. So this is about the burial practices. They know even complete burial, fractional complete burial is that once a human being is dead, they do the complete burial, or even after it is eaten by the dead bodies, they crashes or burial, they do even the post-cremations burials and also. So scientifically and technologically they are very advanced. It could be said that they are the womb of mathematics, from where the concepts of number and numerical system originated. They know the decimal base, additions, multiplication and usage, and they even found out the medicines for migraines and medical disorders. So town planning, I don't think I have to tell in agree, because you might be knowing about it, what it is. So the various reasons can be attributed for the decline of the various civilization. One is that Aryan invention theory, but it is very questioning whether the Aryan invention happened. But some of them are telling that because of the Aryan invention only the Indus Valley civilization would have come to end. And epidemic theory, like we have today in the corona, because of that many of them lost life, maybe like that epidemic might have come, and Indus Valley civilization would have gone out of it. But it would not happen in 5 or 6 years. It would have taken about more than 20 to 30 years for the Indus Valley civilization to extinct. And natural disaster theory, because they are settled near the bank of the river. If flood comes, normally the inhabitants would have drowned in the flood, and because of this Indus Valley civilization could have come to an end. This is a guess by some of the historians. This might be one of the factors. So change, this I have explained earlier, less rainfall. Because of that there was no vegetation. They depend mostly on the agriculture. Due to the less rainfall, they would have occurred a drought, and Indus Valley civilization would have come to an end, and the river have changed its course. Because it does depend on the Indus river, it might have changed its course, and it would have declined the Indus Valley civilization and have to come to an end. So according to the contemporary finding, we could say that a study published in Journal of Archaeological Science that Indus Valley inhabitants also consumed meat products of animals like pigs, buffaloes and goats apart from cultivating the crops, because mostly their occupation was agriculture, but they also were non-vegetarian, and it was found that the scripts were all of Dravidian languages. So it was of conception that Tamilians would have moved even to the Indus Valley and they would have settled even there. So some of the pictures you can see about the Indus Valley civilizations and Harappa, Mohenjo-daro. Thank you once and all for your patient listening. Thank you once.